All right. 6 o'clock on the dot. At least it's 6 o'clock here. I don't know what time it is for all you nerds, but 6 o'clock here. Welcome, welcome. I feel like it's been so long since I've streamed. It's only been 2 weeks, I think. But I was so used to the weekly stream that, man, it feels like I haven't streamed in forever. Um, yeah. So last week, I went out of town and I got sick at the same time. Was not fun. Um, the sickness wasn't what you think it is. It was just a head cold. So, runny nose and headache, just annoying rather than being actually sick. But I couldn't film and obviously I couldn't stream. So kind of just took the week off, but we back. All right, who we got in the chat this evening? Who's already in here, ready to party? Matt Sargent, the first one in the stream. Welcome, Mr. Matt Sargent, a dedicated viewer for sure. Collins, hello, hello. I don't know if I was supposed to read that in a British accent or not, but there it was. Shadonk, welcome. Shudonk. I feel like you told me how to say this last time, and I might be messing it up. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, Shudonk, welcome over there on Twitch land. I appreciate it. Brandon A, peace. What up, man? Welcome. EP, yo, what up? Nighthawk, yo. Long time no talk, Nighthawk. We just exchanged messages on Discord like 3 seconds ago. Patrick, welcome. Now I've got down with the sickness screaming in my head. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. But yeah, some updates other than that. I just put out that video on the new Inwin case and it's doing so bad. Apparently, you guys don't like case review videos, which is okay. I don't expect every video I put out to be a banger, but I thought it was fun. I liked the case. I thought it was something interesting, so I took a chance and reviewed it. The only part that sucked about it was that it was a 3-camera video. So I had my main camera, my B-roll camera, and then my overhead camera. And I had like 2.5 hours of footage that I had to condense down. So it was just a pain in the butt to edit. But yeah, it's a cool case. It's, I think, $160 right now. It looks really, really cool. Wasn't very fun to build in. What's going on here? Oh, mining. Let me change this. But yeah, overall decent case. What else we got? What else we got going on? Hope you're all better now. And no, I'm way too far from being an English speaker. Hey man, we have people from all over the world popping by in chat, so you don't have to be a native English speaker to come party. That's for sure. Yep, married life. I am less than 100 days away from that. So we'll see how that goes. No, it's going to be awesome. Shadonk, like shoe, not shut, that it matters. Shoe, I got it. Shudonk, got it. I've been working on my Pi Portainer setup. Yeah, I know. I feel like you've posted some screenshots in the Discord a while ago about how many containers and services you're running on that Pi. It's pretty impressive. But depending on what you're running on a Pi, a lot of containers, I think people assume that just because you have like 10, 15 containers that it must require a crap ton of processing power, when in a lot of cases, certain services don't require as much processing power as you'd actually think. So the Pi can hold its own for sure when it comes to using it for Docker. obviously depending on your use case. How's the ARM selection of Docker images on the Pi? It's continuously improving. I didn't have too, I was gonna say I didn't have too much trouble when I did my Pi for a week challenge, but that was something different. I did do a video on basic setting up your Raspberry Pi as a home server, and for the major services a lot of people look for, Home Assistant, Nextcloud, if you want to run Open Media Vault on it, Plex. A lot of the major things that a lot of people get into home servers to run will run on a Raspberry Pi and on ARM. So it's not like you're severely handicapped if you want to mess around with the Raspberry Pi and use it for Docker. That's for sure. And it's constantly improving. So there's another channel that built a custom list with about 100. What did you can try casuals on your Pi. It's a pretty cool custom build for your Docker containers. Plex is not Plex. Plex is not Plex Media Server though. What do you mean? I've hosted Plex Media Server on my Pi, so I don't really know that I understand the difference. But yeah, anything else? So this is going to be a chill stream. I didn't really have anything major that I wanted to mess around with today. Especially being I'm on call this week for my actual job. So if something were to come up, I didn't want to have to like shut down the stream in mid-project. So this is going to be a casual. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk about whatever questions you guys have. I have some topics that I want to discuss, which may lead us down a rabbit hole, and that's perfectly okay. But that's what this is about. And maybe if we can figure it out, if anybody's interested, I have a channel, a private voice channel set up in the Discord. If anybody is interested in, you know, doing a phone in type thing where we chat about whatever topic we are currently on. Let me move my Discord out of the way. Where was going on here? But yeah, we're going to keep it relatively low key today. Hopefully I can go an entire stream without breaking something. This stream would be preferable for that because I'm literally not doing anything. So if I can't manage to handle this, that would be impressive. Oh, it's a cut down version. Interesting. I didn't see any major differences between the Plex that I'm running on my main server versus the Plex that I was running on the Raspberry Pi, but I didn't do very extensive research on it. I kind of set it up, put some TV shows and movies over, made sure all of the mapping and everything was done correctly through Docker, and played them across the network, and it seemed to work perfectly fine. But if there are major differences, then yeah, I'm not aware of it. But yeah, before we dive into the first topic, future projects that I will be working on. One is, I think the next video is going to be on this, the Raspberry Pi GPi Case 2. It uses a Raspberry Pi CM4 board, and I mean, from a distance, it looks just like an original Game Boy. Obviously not with the 4 buttons, but size, color, shape, everything looks very similar to a traditional Game Boy, and it's running Recalbox. You can run RetroPie on it if you want. But so far it's really, really cool. I am having a lot of fun with this. So that will probably be the next video. I'm also working on my RGB project for the Raspberry Pi, where you have a main hub that you can plug in music to, and you can set up a LED fixture with a secondary Raspberry Pi plugged into it to do all the controlling of the LEDs based on the music. I coded a couple of different features, like a fireplace kind of feature, like a star blinking feature. I made a little makeshift website where you can draw in real time on the LED board. So that's something I'm working on that would be pretty cool to do a video on once it's actually finished. If you guys want to see it, I can kind of show it eventually, but I don't think anybody's too interested in that right now. And the last thing is I finally got a case for my Jetson Nano, so I can start actually working on the code for my machine learning project, where I'll be tracking lifting form, recording stats like how many reps you did, were the reps good, what was the time that you paused, how quickly did you get up, what was the speed of your lift, all types of things like that. That's the plan with this. So yeah, I think that's it. If any of that sounds interesting to you, I'm more than happy to discuss these projects further and in more detail. But yeah, that is it for now. Let's go ahead and talk about what is the main thing everybody is seeing on their Twitter timeline and their YouTube and pretty much everywhere right now is the Newegg drama. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what's going on, essentially Newegg has been scamming users, and whether this is unintentional, as they say, some people would argue against that, but apparently they have been scamming users through the RMA process, where Newegg is knowingly selling faulty equipment and refusing to refund customers on that broken equipment and hardware that they are selling. So Gamers Nexus, famous YouTube channel, was the victim of one of these scams. And what happened was they ordered a refurbished motherboard from Newegg, and Newegg sent them a broken board with bent pins, and they said, okay, well, this is broken. They sent it back, and Newegg said, no, you broke that, we're not paying you. So essentially Gamers Nexus found out that this board was in fact already RMA'd, or attempted to be RMA'd, by Newegg, and Newegg refused to pay the money to get it fixed. So it got sent back to Newegg, and then they just listed it for sale. So somebody got a board, or Newegg ended up with a broken board somehow. They sent it back to the manufacturer. The manufacturer said, yeah, this will cost like $100 to replace. Newegg said, no, we're not paying that. The board got sent back to Newegg. Newegg said, well, now we have a broken board. Let's just put it back on the shelf and sell it to somebody. And apparently they got unlucky, and Steve from Gamers Nexus bought it, and going through the whole hassle of not getting his money back and them ignoring him, he finally put them on blast with a couple of videos. And most recently, he issued a statement saying that him and his team were flying out to California to Newegg's headquarters to talk with them. And he says they booked a flight to California to visit Newegg. Newegg was not part of the decision. They will be there whether or not they show up to the meeting, but they're flying across the country. We have informed Newegg, so we let them know. It's not like he is doing this without them knowing. He sent them an email, said, hey, we're coming. You can either talk to us or not. But either way, we're being very transparent and letting you know what is going on. So very interesting. And from that, a lot of people have spoken up like, yeah, I've had the same issue with that and whatnot. And apparently a bunch of people have had issues with Newegg and very similar um, experiences here. Gamers Nexus never even opened it. They didn't need it anymore and just sent it back in its original box it came in. So yeah, apparently they didn't even open it. So that's true, yeah. So not even opened, back in its original form, Newegg got it and said, yeah, you broke this. It's like, no, I didn't even open it. So give me my money back. But a lot of people have been saying, yeah, there's something like this has happened to me. A lot of different sketchy things going on with Newegg. Now, Newegg was acquired by a new parent company back in 2013, maybe. I've been using Newegg for a long time, probably since I was in high school, so around 2008, 2007, 2008. I've been using Newegg, and I've personally have not had any bad experiences with Newegg, which I feel like when things like this happen, this isn't uncommon where a company does something sketchy and gets dragged all over social media. And then you kind of like, well, I've not really had a bad experience with them. Everyone's like, oh, you're a shill. You're a corporate shill. You're just a Newegg fanboy. It's like, no. I mean, if they're doing these practices, it's obviously shitty and scummy. But if we're talking from my personal experiences, I have never had any issues with Newegg. One time I ordered a box of Pokemon cards because I'm 12, and it was a really good price, so I was pretty confident that I was walking into something not good. But surprisingly to nobody, I got the cards. Turns out they were all fake, like terrible fakes at that. So I emailed Newegg. I'm like, hey, the cards I bought off your site are 100% fake. Now well, obviously they weren't. I can't speak to exactly how Newegg does their process. I know you have items that are listed and sold by Newegg, and then you have kind of the third-party sellers. Obviously, this was from a third-party seller. But when I explained the issue to them, they said, oh, okay, yeah. They just immediately refunded my money. And I think that was more a product of other people had the same exact issue as me. So they were like, yeah, this is obviously an issue. I think if it were a lone case where I ordered just a kind of like a one-off product and something happened, I'm not so sure they would have been as accommodating. But yeah, this was a very obvious situation where this third-party seller was selling hundreds of boxes of counterfeit cards, and they couldn't really ignore that. So that's kind of my experience with Newegg. Like I said, nothing negative, but I am very curious to see how this unfolds. Because yeah, this is certainly interesting. And if any of you, what are you guys' experience with Newegg? Now, if it's positive like me, that's perfectly fine. I know you're not really allowed to say that you've had a positive experience with Newegg right now on any social media because you'll get dragged and called a shill. But again, personal experiences, are different from person to person. So, but yeah, I don't think many people have any positive things to say about Newegg right now, especially with the fact that GPUs, like entering the shuffle and just getting frustrated every day or every time you enter a shuffle and you don't get a graphics card right now, only makes it worse. Now you can counter that and say, well, Newegg's kind of the only retailer that's giving people an opportunity to do it. You can spin it whatever way you want, but I can see where that would be frustrating for a lot of people. Combine that with the fact that GPUs aren't selling at MSRP, and Newegg is no different. They are jacking up the prices because they can. And again, until you convince a company to hate money, that's just what's going to happen. If they see that doing this makes them more money and it outweighs the negatives, whether that's financial or current growth strategies or negative PR, they're going to weigh that and say, well, if we can charge $500 more for a graphics card and get away with it, then we're going to do it. So Nighthawk, I always buy new, and I've not really ordered anything other than 120 millimeter maglev fans recently. Yeah, I think Newegg used to be like the place to go for computer parts before Amazon blew up. So like if you wanted computer parts, it was Newegg, or hope that your local Best Buy has it. Or obviously kind of smaller third-party stores. But with Amazon essentially having almost everything you need now, Newegg, I'm sure in the last couple of years has taken a huge hit in their market. But still, I still think Newegg is the place to go for I guess broader computer parts, and their stock is usually a bit better when it comes to these things. Now another retailer is B&H. I've used B&H for all my camera stuff, and recently found out that, not recently, but I never really heard about B&H before I got into cameras, and I did not know they did like computer parts as well. So B&H too. I've also had really positive experiences with B&H. So eBay was shady back in the day, but they are better now. And Amazon's top tier with support and returns. Newegg may have some things that others won't. Yeah, that's exactly true. Amazon return policy is insane. Companies are going to have to figure out a way to compete with that if they want to stay afloat. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just curious to see how this plays out, and I don't know. It's certainly interesting. I don't think that, well, they did issue an apology. So yeah, let's get back. What was their tweet that they issued? So they were getting dragged all over Twitter, all over social media. Anything they got posted was being just bombarded with people, you're a bunch of scammers, what are you going to do with Gamers Nexus, blah, blah, stop scamming us. Which, if all these things are true, then they 100% deserve it. But then they finally issued a statement, which you can see here. Let's see. Customer satisfaction and integrity are at the core of our business. Based on these priorities on customer communication, we have become aware that a very small number of returns may have not been thoroughly inspected before being routed for returns, blah, blah, blah. They go on to say this was unintentional. They didn't mean to do this. Obviously, they're not trying to scam things. They say further, we have put in place new policies to ensure a hassle-free return experience on open box merchandise returns on motherboards and CPUs. So they're saying they've changed already. Obviously, I mean, anybody with more than like 6 brain cells would know this is the proper PR move to do right now. And this holds zero weight if no actual changes are being made, which I think is what drove Gamers Nexus, the team over there, to fly out to Newegg and say, we want to sit with you face to face, and we want you to tell us exactly what you're changing. We don't want this, 3-paragraph PR crap that, you know, doesn't hold its weight in water. We want to see actual changes. We want to know exactly how you're going to change them. We want to know when you're going to change them. We want to know why these things were happening, because, at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. No businesses are perfect. There's a small chance some of these things could have just been mistakes. My personal opinion is that they just got lazy when it comes to these return processes and the RMAs, budget cuts. They probably, with staffing and whatnot, COVID and the mandates and working from home, and they probably just, whatever happens, whatever the person feels like doing, if they're overworked, they can't do the RMA, just don't do it. So I think that's a product of it, and just not holding workers accountable, which comes from the top level of a company. So there's a lot of things I think they need to change for sure. Oh boy, a spam message. How do I get this off? Boop boop. How do I do this? Report. Spam. All right. Cool. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, companies are going to make their decisions, whether they do it. Well, most of them, all of them, are going to be doing it for profit. And if customers aren't happy with those decisions, they are more than free to speak with their wallets. So if they've pissed off enough people to where nobody's going to shop at Newegg again, then that's on them. I mean, it's very hard to feel sympathetic for a large corporation, for sure. And I think these PR moves obviously are an attempt to kind of humanize them. But again, it's a company. They don't have real morals. They are trying to increase their profits and make as much money as possible. So at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. It's not going to affect my day-to-day life in any way. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and see what Steve comes up with when visiting them. He said he was going to do it this week, I believe. I don't know if he's come out and said more details about it, but I am certainly ready to see what goes down. Biggest issue is that they've gotten complacent with working with less employees and them working from home. And now business is picking up and staff level is the same, and they can't catch up. Yeah, like I said, I do think this is a product of being understaffed and just getting lazy, essentially. I've seen it from other companies. I've seen it in my own company personally, not to this scale, obviously, but when certain groups, divisions get complacent, you see things start to go downhill. So yeah, I think that this is that just magnified to 11. But like, we'll see. They could certainly turn it around and make a change for the better, but I would not hold my breath. This could all be a huge PR stunt, and it'll go back to how it was. But if anything is going to wake them up, this should certainly do that. But we'll see. Well, all we can do is sit back and watch at this point. I definitely am not a big enough YouTuber to cause waves like Steve and Linus and Paul over at Paul's Hardware. He used to work for Newegg and discussed it on his channel about being an RMA technician over at Newegg in his time over there. So pretty interesting video if you guys want to go check that out. Look at Trodfoot. Trodfoot? Look at the returns from Amazon. Newegg just thought they could get away with it and not take a loss. Yeah, like I said, every decision that gets made in a company is weighed. whether that's super intensely, where you're weighing your pros and cons and your profits for certain decisions, or unintentionally while you reduce staff. Obviously, it's not going to be the best thing. You're going to save money on some staffing, salaries, but you got to know that something is going to suffer when you cut staff and policies and don't enforce them, because I can't imagine a company as large, well, the size of the company shouldn't matter, but I can't imagine a company actively saying, yeah, just take broken products and sell them to the customers. As scummy as you want to think Newegg was being, I don't think they were intentionally selling broken products to customers. I think it's more of a product of not enforcing correct procedures and being understaffed and just being lazy. So, but again, maybe they are. Maybe they are taking RMA products. Someone high up over there said, screw the customer, turn around and sell them. And if that were the case, that's terrible and extremely scummy. And that would be even more on a whole nother level. But I don't think we will ever find that out unless we get some really higher ups at Newegg to come out and talk about it. But if they enjoy making money and working at a company, then I doubt they will do that. So maybe the future will come out sometime down the road. But yeah, what else is there to say about it? I don't think there's much more. I've kind of discussed my thoughts on it. We've seen what the issues were, Newegg's response to it, how we feel about that. It's obviously a PR stunt, but yeah. Again, if there's any topics you guys want to talk about, just feel free to bring them up. I have some things that I just put in a thumbnail and the title of the stream that we can discuss today. But if you have anything on your mind, computer related, home servers, networking, feel free to yell it out. I'm more than down to discuss whatever's on you guys' mind. So what else is new for you right now? New. What is new for me? Nothing too crazy for the channel. When the stream was starting, I talked about a couple of projects that I'm working on. I have two Raspberry Pi projects, one being the G-Pi case, so Raspberry Pi CM4 powered retro gaming machine that looks like a Game Boy. I have my RGB Raspberry Pi setup that I'm working on as well. We can demo that if you guys want to see it. And then my Jetson Nano workout tracking project that I need to actually start on. So I have a lot of projects that require more work these days than just, hey, this is my TrueNAS setup. Let's walk through it and make a video, which I probably will do something like that. I was thinking about doing that with pfSense, what my entire pfSense setup looks like. Just because those seem to do very well on YouTube and they're pretty easy for me to make. I literally can just sit here and walk through it, screen cap everything, cut it down and post it. So yeah, we'll see, but I do have quite a list of projects that I want to work on. I'm waiting for the Turing Pi 2. Man, I've seen so many YouTube videos of, obviously more popular users getting their hands on some of those, and it looks cool. The problem is finding CM4 boards to actually use in it. Now, I know it can use Jetson boards too, but I think the Jetson boards are harder to find than Raspberry Pis right now. Luckily, I snagged two CM4 modules when they were in stock from Seed. So I do have two CM4s and I have two Raspberry Pi 4s. I think one 4 gig and one 8 gig, but I have enough Raspberry Pis right now to satiate my projects that I want to work on, which is lucky enough for me. Matt Sargent, I turned my Pi 4 into a travel router with OpenWRT and Tailscale VPN. Yeah, I remember Tailscale came up a couple of streams ago. A lot of people were talking about that they like using it. I've also heard that the Raspberry Pi doesn't function very well as a router, but you can speak up and let me know what your experience has been with that. Maybe I'm trying to remember. I didn't read too much into it. I think what I read was that it doesn't function well as a access point combined with a router. But again, you did it, so you can tell me how it went. Looking forward to more pfSense videos. Awesome, yeah. I think my next video is going to be the GPi case, and then after that, I will do my entire pfSense setup. So in pfSense, I have VPNs. I have PIA VPN setup with it being directed to specific computers only, and with a kill switch so that if PIA goes down or the server I'm running it through goes down, all traffic to those machines will be halted and will not be rerouted through my regular ISP. So obviously I use this on my my Docker server that is hosting my torrent downloader and sonar, radar, that whole setup. So that if I'm downloading something and PIA goes down, it doesn't automatically start downloading through my ISP and get me in trouble. So that's something I have set up through pfSense. I have my HA proxy set up through pfSense so that through all my domains that I own, I guess that's what you'd say, through all my websites, I can route the traffic directly to my home network and use the reverse proxy to tell it where in my LAN I want it to go and which server and which VM or service to point to, using HA proxy for that. I used to have a dual WAN setup, but I don't have that anymore. But I do have a video on it if you want to check out how to set up a dual WAN on pfSense. You can certainly do that. Trying to think off the top of my head what else I have configured. Specific firewall rules. I don't know. I'd have to go through. Obviously, I'll do way more research before making the video, but yeah, I have a decent amount of stuff set up in pfSense to where I think it could be beneficial for somebody. I'm not just going to make a video just because. I've never really wanted to do that. So if you ever see me put out a video and you're like, man, this video was absolutely pointless, why did he make it? Let me know, ask me, because I don't want to ever give the impression that I'm just putting out videos for the hell of it. I either put them out because I find something actually useful or entertaining or cool and I want to make a video out of it, or I think it's educational and could possibly help somebody. So yeah. I have two Pi 4s, 4Bs, 8 gigabytes. One is for Home Assistant and the other is for my Pi server. I have tried OpenWRT many times and it always fails. Yeah, that's definitely not a project I've taken on. It might be something I'll look forward to in the future. I've had mixed reviews on Raspberry Pi videos. Some people really like them. Some people say, well, we can't even get them right now, so it's kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating to see videos on it when, if you show me something cool, I can't even do it. Obviously I understand that frustration. But to counter it, just let all of you know, I'm a regular person just like you. I get sent a couple of things. Like I've been sent like a couple of computer cases and some stuff from TP-Link, but I don't get sent like graphics cards, Raspberry Pis, like coveted prestigious stuff. I have to enter the Newegg shuffle. I have to buy them retail, buy them through scalpers, get lucky and find them retail, just like everybody else. So, but I can certainly understand the frustration for sure. I've had good luck so far and used Tailscale to remote into my home network because my home IP is CGO. What do they call it? Where it's not regular natted. Yeah, that sucks. Cal says, I use IPFire instead of pfSense. It doesn't get much press, seems more geared to home routers, simpler interface. pfSense is awesome, but its complexity seems geared more than home routers. Yeah, I can see that. pfSense, I would equate it to Proxmox, where you can do a whole bunch of stuff, but it's not the most inviting for doing really basic things, if that makes sense. You can do the basic things for sure in Proxmox and pfSense, but I feel that other softwares in those areas are better if you're just looking to do some basic things and using it as a basic router. Definitely. I mean, comparing something like Unify or TP-Link's Omada GUI and user interface to pfSense is a night and day difference. I personally stick with pfSense just because I like how much control I have over things. Sometimes it's frustrating trying to figure out how to do those things, but once you get it down, the stability of it and the sheer amount of customization you can do in there is really cool. But no, I completely understand seeing pfSense geared more towards I want to say power users. I don't really like that term, but power users and maybe like small businesses I could see benefiting from something like pfSense. But no, I understand. Carrier grade NAT, that's what it was. Oh, I missed a lot of, dude, I will say it every stream. I hate how the multi-stream in Streamlabs doesn't automatically scroll. I don't understand why. Yeah, I was gonna look at pfSense when my new R7200 shows up in a couple of days. Yeah, go for it. There's so many options out there for sure. I have not heard of IPFire. Something I might have to look into, but yeah, go for it. Chris, original recipe. I had luck with stock notifications. I had luck with stock notifications for Raspberry Pi 4s at Adafruit. Got one last month. Nice. I feel like stock notifications are so, I'll say not good, but I feel like by the time you get a stock notification through any retailer, it's already been gone for like 30 minutes. So, but yeah, it's awesome. Glad you actually got one. So I know right now, specifically like right now, it's a desert. It's hard to get one for sure. Yes, along the same lines, I rock Unraid instead of the more complex Proxmox. I guess I tell people that all the time. For beginners that are just getting into home servers, my number one recommendation is Unraid because of the interface, the community, and just doing the simple things in Unraid are very straightforward and easy to do. The only problem is that it costs money, and I know beginners just getting into something want to try things before they commit to something. And they do have a 30-day trial, but when there's other options out there that are 100% free, you're kind of more geared to using one of those. But I tell people $60, I think, is the mid tier, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Unraid is definitely worth the money if you're using it, obviously. I got my start with Smoothwall and then moved to pfSense. It is complex but needed for my setup to make sure that everything talks to one another on 6 VLANs, and ultimate control is key. Yeah, I agree. If you have a bunch of VLANs, pfSense, I really like how they have the VLANs set up. It just makes sense to me. I do want to upgrade my router. I'm still rocking a SG1100 from Netgate. I emailed them asking if they would send me a 6100 in exchange for a review about it, and they said no. They didn't just say no. They were like, yeah, well, we don't send products to anybody. So, but I imagine they were just being polite and nice, which I am okay with. IP Fire looks like IP Cop from from back in the day. Let's take a look at it. I mean, we're not really doing anything right now. IP Fire. Features. Security, firewall. OpenVPN. Turn into a wireless access point. Makes your internet faster. QoS, yep. Okay. I'd like to see more like, hey, show me what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, networking is one of those things where once you get comfortable with something, you're pretty adamant to change. I think that comes with a lot of server level software. Once you're comfortable with something and have all your stuff dialed in to how you like it, you're pretty reluctant to change. And it requires a lot of something major to go wrong or a feature that you really want to show up on another software for you to change. At least personally, that's how I feel. When I'm comfortable with something and I have no real reason to change, I probably won't. I would say if it weren't for me having a YouTube channel, there are so many softwares I never would have tried. The only reason I try a lot of different softwares is because I want to be able to talk about them. For like when people ask me, how do you feel about TrueNAS versus Proxmox? How do you feel about Unify versus Omada? How do you feel about whatever? I want to be able to at least have something to say other than, oh, I don't know, I run this, so I've never tried that before. So, Nick, what up? Welcome. Welcome, Nick. We are talking about networking stuff right now. Mine is on a 12 thread, 3 gigahertz Xeon with 6 gigabytes of RAM and mirrored 100 gigabyte Intel Enterprise SSDs. Nice. Oh, and quad 1 gigabyte NIC. I have a quad gigabyte NIC that I need to figure out what to do with. I used it for a project a while ago, but now it's just hanging out doing nothing. So maybe I'll find something cool to do that with, but I don't know. I got so many projects in the pipe. It's been a while. I know, dude. I was just saying earlier in the stream, I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, which feels like longer because I was doing them once a week. I think at one point I had 3 videos out or 4 videos out in 10 days. I was on a roll like 2 weeks ago. So I think I kind of needed a break. So I think this has helped a good bit. I'm ready to get back on it and create some more videos, but Yeah, it is certainly, it feels like it's been longer than it has. But yeah, another topic I wanted to talk about, we can dive into this. We don't have to talk about it very much if you guys don't give a shit. But man, NFTs. NFTs. What in the world, man? So, if anybody follows me on Twitter, you probably see me getting arguments. These freaking slippers move. You probably see me getting arguments with people over NFTs and crypto just because I find the whole thing so frustrating right now. Not because I hate NFTs or hate crypto or anything. I mine crypto. I've traded crypto since 2017. I think the technology is cool, but the environment around it, the stigma it has right now, and the social aspect of everything right now is just so shitty. Like, especially with NFTs, it has gotten so dumb. And it just becomes more frustrating when you can see how clearly obvious it is that it is a, whatever you want to call it, Ponzi scheme, MLM type deal. But the technology behind it is so advanced and so cool that so many people are relying on that to just prop up the shitty aspect of NFTs. So it's like, especially some, I'm not going to name drop any creators, but there are a couple of creators, tech creators that I have like almost lost respect for because of their NFT shilling, which is terrible because all it is right now is you have a large following and some dude comes up, hey, I have this NFT project, we'll pay you like 100 grand, whatever, to promote this stuff. They go on and say, oh, this NFT is great. Project's going, look at this group, this project's backed by blah blah blah. You get all these cool features, blah blah blah. And they take the money, dip, and it's just an inflated, shitty market right now that's based on nothing. So, and then when you try to question it and you say, this is kind of dumb. It's just an inflated market. It's people trying to use other people to get rich. No one really gives a shit about the art aspect of it. Obviously, there are a few people who this is working out for and it helps them with their art, but 99.9% of it is crypto bros trying to flip it and make a shit ton of money off of an inflated freaking market right now. So, and anytime you question it and say, I think this is kind of stupid. I think this is kind of dumb. It's inflated. You're obviously in it just to make money. No one really cares about the artists. They just want to make money. And the most frustrating thing is, well, you just don't get it. You don't get the technology behind it. It's like, dude, I do get the technology behind it. It's been around for years. I've been involved in it for years. I understand, obviously not to a ginormous technical level, but I understand the base of how crypto works, and it's insane. But yeah, there's practical projects for NFTs, like Priva.io. Yeah, I know that there are practical use cases for NFTs and crypto in general, but like I said, the environment right now and not the environment, the what's the word I'm looking for? The crypto or the NFT space right now is just so inflated with crap that no one's really giving a shit about the actual projects. Everyone's using those theoretical projects that could be awesome to prop up these things. Like, look at this one. Top of OpenSea, the biggest NFT marketplace. Serial Club. Let's see. Floor price is about 0.2 or 0.2 Ethereum. So what's Ethereum at right now? Like 3K. So $600. And these are the items. This is what you get. So what else is there to this project? Is there a way I can see what this even is? Serial Club, a collectible, non-fungible, haha, driven community of members who will empower Web3 across the NFT ecosystem. Ready to open your box? Like, am I missing something here? I gotta be missing something. Alec Donaldson, I picked up a NIC for cheap on eBay, and after testing it in 2 different computers, neither one would post. Did I buy a dud card, or is there something I didn't research enough? Any way to test it? After you put a NIC in your car, and both machines wouldn't post after putting the NIC in? Is it sucking PCI lanes from your GPU and not allowing it to post? I know a lot of systems, if it doesn't have dedicated graphics, it straight up just won't post without a GPU. So yeah, it's strange. I don't get NFTs, and crypto still takes a lot of getting used to. Yeah, it's new to a lot of people. Like I said, there are cool projects out there, and 99.999% of it is all dumb and hype and going nowhere. A lot of people say, oh, crypto, the blockchain, you need blockchain to do this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, we have like databases and just like immutable databases and append-only databases that can do the same shit that a blockchain is doing. It's not like it's anything revolutionary that people are like discussing, but the thing that I can see about crypto that solves a problem right now that I think is really cool is that it provides a common interface or a common product to exchange between people, whether that's face to face or from entirely across the globe, to be able to easily send value or receive value, depending on which coin you're using, almost instantly from across the globe without having to deal with, obviously it's a positive and negative, regulations and, you know, a middleman and fees and whatnot. Obviously, some cryptos have fees, some don't. But yeah, I think that's a pretty cool use case that can be solved right now. But again, nobody is using crypto as a currency. It is a commodity right now. People are only buying it in the hopes of it gaining value. It's being traded like a commodity. Nobody is accepting their entire paycheck in crypto and then going to the store and buying their groceries with crypto. It's not a currency, and especially with how volatile it is, until something happens and becomes more stable, it will never be an actual currency. Imagine you get paid on Friday and then Friday night it tanks and you can't even afford food because Elon Musk tweeted a picture of his butthole and it tanked the entire crypto market. Like, it has a long way to go before it's on a level where it can be used for its intended purposes I think. Now, I'm not a crypto hater. I think it has a use case, but where it is right now, the space around it is just garbage. Alex says beep errors. I don't know. That could just be a bad card if it's hosing two different systems. Why is the dollar bill not an NFT? There are no duplicates. Every bill has its own unique serial number. The thing about NFTs is that obviously both sides joke. You can just save as, so you're not buying. Let me think of the best way to phrase this. You're not buying the art itself, because obviously it's a digital thing, and you're buying a place in a database that says you own a token that represents something. So in this case, when you buy, you go here and explore, let's see. So if I buy this, Super Geisha, I buy this. What that does is it gives me a string of characters that says I own a link, something that points to this. If this project ever goes down, if whoever's hosting whatever I am linked to blows up, I essentially am stuck holding a receipt to nothing. So that's the part I find very strange about this whole, oh, it's for art and collectibles and whatnot. I see it more as using it for like ticketing systems, or I don't even know, like there's so many more better, a lot better use cases than digital art collections. Because if you told me what crypto was and what NFTs are, them being linked to a JPEG would be kind of the last thing I would ever expect to blow up out of this project. But again, people are using this for obviously illegal activities, money laundering. It's easy to buy this and say, oh, it's a collectible piece of art. It's obviously worth $1 million that I totally got legally and not using to store money that I got illegally. But yeah, it's just so strange. And then the argument is like, oh, well, you're helping the creators and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, dude, you're paying influencers to prop this inflated market up, and everyone in here is doing it as a get rich quick thing. No artist, I don't say no artist, there are probably very few artists that are like, oh, thank God for NFTs, I can finally get my art out there. It's like, no, this is like, what is this shit? Like, if you like an artist, you support them through other means. Like, NFTs are no different now. You could buy people's art before. You're like, oh, but now you know it's like theirs. It's legitimately theirs and not stolen. It's like, what? NFTs and people's art are still getting stolen. Slapping a place in the blockchain on a JPEG doesn't mean it's yours, that you made it. Alex says, one system had a GPU and one was just an SFF PC with dedicated graphics. Yeah, that must be a bad card. Yeah, you can look up the beep codes, see if it gives you any more information, but yeah, it's hard to say just by, common denominator off those two issues or two systems crashing is the NIC. So maybe it is. Maybe it's shorted or something and causing an issue. I got nothing. I feel like NFTs only really benefit the creator, and only that in the short term. Oh yeah, I mean, I've been saying it's an inflated market. If you're a digital artist right now and you're not trying to make bank off of NFTs, then I don't know why. If I had any artistic talent, I would 100% be trying to ride this stupid inflated train right now, for sure. And the people who are buying into it are just going to be stuck holding the bag. It's a Ponzi scheme. You prop up the price of something, like these major NFT influencers could literally just take like poop in a fucking bag and say, yeah, this is the next big thing. They go and pay freaking Jimmy Kimmel to take a shit on his desk and say, yeah, I paid $2 million for this. That's how much it's worth. People are going to freaking eat it up and buy bags of shit for $2 million now just because of how ridiculous this is. And the fact that if you argue against it, you're seen as this like idiot who doesn't get it. And I think that's the big thing that blew up and is ultimately causing such an issue, such a divide, is that people do get it. People do understand that 99% of this is Ponzi scams and get rich quick and inflated markets, but they get to hide behind the fact that you just don't get the technology. And that's what I was alluding to before when I said crypto does have this high ceiling of potential and technical know-how to really understand it. So they can just hide behind the fact that, oh, you don't get it. Oh, you may have done research and you may think you get it, but you don't actually get it. So that's what part that makes it frustrating. And it's all these things that kind of combine into this huge tornado of crap that we now see today of just absolute shit being sold for ridiculous amounts of money. So yeah, man, if you're a digital artist and you made money off of it, cool. I don't, like I said, if I was a digital artist, I would too try to make money off this. So I don't blame anybody for trying to sell NFTs right now. I hate the influencers and hate. I'm not gonna say hate. I really dislike the influencers and celebrities right now that are taking these paychecks to promote this shit. And to your followers who don't necessarily understand everything that's going on with this, because they're buying into the hype too, and they're hearing people say this is the next big thing, this is the next big thing, and then one of their favorite influencers turns on an Instagram post and says, yo, go buy these, this is the next big thing, and then they spend money and they're just stuck holding some stupid JPEG of this. Like, that's what frustrates me. Universal currency, yeah. I think, like I said, crypto isn't being used as a currency right now. And a currency in the traditional sense. Digital card games would be a good use case. Yeah, I think, but again, yeah, that's a good use case. I agree. But does it, we already have digital card games without crypto. Crypto is attempting to solve so many problems that don't exist, or attempting to solve problems that we already have solutions to. It's like we're trying to come up with problems for crypto to solve when there are very few, and the few that make sense, like free and instant payment transfers, like IOTA, it's not popular. Like, it's not as popular as Bitcoin, which is only popular because it's the biggest one. Doesn't make sense for it to be where it is. It doesn't do anything better than a lot of other coins. Ethereum is popular because everything is built on the Ethereum blockchain. Like, I, I don't know, man. It's a crazy situation we're in right now. I think it's a bubble. I think it's gonna blow up at some point. At some point, it's got to go down, because at this point, the people who have already heavily invested into crypto already did it. They've already made their money. They're riding this train as high as it'll go. And then once it reaches the fact that where normal people can't buy in for a reasonable profit or a reasonable return, it's gonna pop. Not that I'm an influencer shilling, but Gods Unchained would be an example, like Magic the Gathering on the blockchain. Yeah, again, like that is a use case. You could certainly find use cases for crypto or blockchain technology, but are people using it for that? Not really. They're using it for this shit. And then again, I would say, why are we even using blockchain for specific problems when we already have a solution that exists and works well? And you can say, oh, just because it's different doesn't mean it's worse. It's like, yeah, but just because it's different doesn't mean it's better. Like, and the people that are talking about, like, I love crypto, how it's like decentralized and banks don't get to say, you get to do whatever you want with your stuff. And like, dude, centralization exists for a reason. Imagine a world where you're paid entirely in crypto and decentralized coins, and you lose your passphrase, or someone in your family dies and that you don't have access to their seed phrase. It's gone. In a centralized market, you can just go to the bank, get stuff sorted out, and obviously it's not perfect. Centralization has its negatives, but to act like decentralization of all this is some utopia is so ridiculously far-fetched. It's hilarious when I see people bring that up. Like, people are talking about putting their car notes or their titles for their cars, their house deeds, everything's going to be on the blockchain and blah blah. It's like, why? Like, just because you can do it, what's the meme? You spent so much time thinking about if you could do it, you didn't think about if you should do it. Oh, I wasn't selected in the Newegg shuffle. Shocking. Sharkcoin. Yeah, man. Sharkcoin's the next big thing. If you ever see me, I don't think I'll ever be in a situation to where I'll be big enough to peddle crypto or have any influence on it. But if you ever see me trying to peddle some stupid scam looking thing, I am 100% giving you permission to call me out wherever and be like, dude, what are you doing? You said you would never do this. Explain yourself. So that's my rant about crypto and NFT. I just wanted to get that off my chest because of all the interactions I've had recently with people on Twitter. It's frustrating to just type back and forth through, like, what is it, 180, 140 character sentences at a time, and just to get responded with, you just don't get it, bro. So there's my TED Talk on NFTs and crypto. I know a lot of people are heavily involved in it, but yeah. I mean, like I said, I still mine it. I still own it just because I like money and I think it has potential to make money. I don't mine it or use it because I think it's a great technology that I'm actively going to utilize. I like money. So spam gone. Yeah, but no, I'm certainly open. Anybody out there who is heavily involved in the crypto or has a differing opinion than me, don't let my rant make it seem like I'm not open to discussing, having a reasonable discussion about crypto. Like I said, the technology is cool. There are use cases for it. I just wish the space around it was more aligned with those things, but it's just so hard to find that kind of conversation in this sea of shit. The Super Bowl had so many crypto ads, it makes me sus if someone is pushing something that hard. And yeah, and someone had a really good statement the other day. I don't know where I saw it. I was on Twitter or Reddit or something. Someone said there was an argument about how crypto is going to be like the next digital. It's a digital currency and it's going to be the future. And someone's like, yeah, last I heard, we never needed a commercial for money. It's like, yeah, doesn't that set off some red flags in your head that it's getting pushed this hard? Like, just think about it to a very basic sense. If there was this super easy way to make money and you knew how to do it, would you share that with everybody and be like, yo, get rich? Like, yeah, just do this. Like that immediately is such a red flag that the reason they're peddling it is because they're invested in it. That's just how it works. Like, especially something that is not backed by anything and is not regulated at all, because there's rules, and you can compare it to stocks if you want. Stocks, there's rules. There's the SEC. Elon Musk tweets something that shifts stock prices, he gets in trouble. Like, there are rules. There are rules to make sure that when you are investing in something, you feel secured in that you have all the security, knowing that it's going to be fair, as fair as it can be. Obviously, stocks are not fair for the most part. Obviously, there's higher ups doing all types of crazy shit, but not on the level of crypto, where one tweet can send something skyrocketing or plummeting, and you're in full control of that if you're holding a giant bag of crypto. So it's sus, man. If you lose your phone or quits with your key on it, who do you call to get your money? Nobody. It's gone. The amount of Bitcoin that has been lost to the world is insane, and there's only a finite amount that can be minted. So it's funny to me that people think that that's something sustainable. It's like, oh, that's gonna eliminate inflation. They can't print more Bitcoin. I'm like, no, that's only gonna make it worse, because the people who got in early and have millions, maybe billions of dollars in Bitcoin are literally holding most of the value. And as people lose their seeds, as mining gets more difficult, as stuff gets or stops getting printed, that's only going to drive up the price. Like, it's only going to make a huge discrepancy in the wealth gap when you have people who have already invested and already have so much money into it. And as it gets more difficult to mine and to get, and the price goes up and people can't buy into it as much as people before them could, it's not sustainable. I can reach into my pocket and pull I can reach into my pocket and pull some cash out unless my hand falls. Yeah. And assuming there's not a global apocalypse type thing, you're going to be able to go to the bank and get your money. And you can cry like, oh, government regulated, and what, they can shut down your funds and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, they can. But if you're at the point to where government is shutting down banks, then you probably have more of an issue to worry about. And things in the world probably aren't that good. So yeah, as it being used for crypto, or as crypto being used as a currency right now, I am not buying it. It's much too volatile. The popular ones, there's too many of them for the most part for one to be an actual currency. The fees on the most popular ones right now are insane. Like, you can't just go to lunch with somebody and split the cost in if you paid in Ethereum, because the prices right now are absolutely stupid, and the transfer, however long it takes. So as a currency right now, I am not buying it for a second. This NFT thing, I'm not buying it for a second. You can call me a hater. You can say I don't understand it. And maybe I don't. Maybe I like to think of myself as very open-minded, especially when it comes to tech stuff. But this is just, there are so many red flags and so many obvious comparisons to Ponzi schemes that how people don't see it is beyond me. I mean, I think a lot of people know. They just They know they're buying into it. They just want to be the one that flips it for more money. I imagine a majority of people are like that are getting into NFTs. They know it's a scam. They know it's a Ponzi scam. They know it's an inflated market, but they like money and they like gambling. So I think if you'd ask everybody that's walking into a casino, they know that the odds of them losing money is pretty high, but they also like the chances of them making money. So it's no different here. I think people know what they're getting into. They just choose to gamble. So at the end of the day, I just think it's gambling. You can, sure, just call it that then. Just call it digital collecting and gambling. And then I'd be like, cool, enjoy your gambling. But don't tell me NFTs are this revolutionary thing and then I just don't get it when you're freaking out here buying this type of shit and claiming it's revolutionary. Like, dude, this is so stupid. And they're all animals. Like, so many of them are animals. I guess that's whatever. Shitcoin. Yeah, whatever. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm getting to the get off my lawn level of old man syndrome, but that's my rant. And again, if you have a differing opinion, like I said, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. I'm more than happy to discuss in a reasonable manner. I promise I won't attack you and tell you it's stupid unless you're literally trying to show me on NFTs and I actually think it's stupid. But yeah, that's my spiel on NFTs. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in a couple years I can look back at this video and be like, wow, what an idiot. He didn't see the true potential in this. $172. No activity yet. Oh yeah, you know what's funny? Let's do this. Sort by recently sold. What is this? Oh, these are like what is this shit? What is this? That's kind of cool. Teen Ape Club. Gee, that's better get your Teen Ape Club. That's totally what the hell is this? Boob girl. Are you serious right now? How much did someone pay for that? How much is that? 15 bucks. I would rather a Whataburger meal. Oh my God. This was last sold for, wait. Oh, I thought it said it sold for, I want to see what this was sold at. Wait, offers. This is so confusing. I want to know what it was bought at. NFT, Derek says NFT is like trading baseball cards. It has some value to some people, zero for others. Yeah, I've seen the trading card. I've seen the trading card analogy thrown around before. And I've thought about that personally as to how I would compare that to trading cards. And I think it does have similarities at face value because they are seen as digital collectibles. But I think baseball cards, football cards, I collect football cards. I have binders and binders full of football cards. Football cards, baseball cards, whatever collectible cards are tangible things that have limited print, depending on the type of card, have value based on scarcity, have value based, more importantly, on something tangible like a a sport, like a actual people. Like growing up, you liked watching these people, so you're inclined to buy their cards. This person performed really well, so their card goes up in value. Um, it's similar in the level that they're collectibles, but I think that's where it stops because at least trading cards are tangible items and have some root in something tangible. Um, like growing up, like it's something that gets, what am I trying to say? Sentimental value. It has a lot of sentimental value for a lot of people. It's a fun thing to collect and trade and blah blah blah. And yeah, you can do that digitally, but I think right now, in the way this is blown up, has just it's again, yeah, at face value, it's tradable collection of things, but no one is claiming baseball cards and football cards are going to change the world and that you just don't get it. When someone says, why did you pay so much for that, autographed JJ Watt rookie card? You're like, because I like JJ Watt and they only printed 25 of these and football cards have been around for decades and hold their value pretty well. So I get what you're saying, but I think the comparison isn't as deep as a lot of people make it sound. In Fight Club, Tyler sold the rich their own fat back to them in soap. That's what NFTs are trying. They're buying the soap. Yeah, it's the definition of a Ponzi scheme. It's people inflating a product, inflating the value, telling you how much it's worth, making it up arbitrarily, and using their leverage in social media or their influence to inflate it even further and get people to buy in. That's why you see it on freaking Jimmy Kimmel and Paris Hilton talking about their Bored Apes that they bought, as if they bought those. Those people reached out to them and said, hey, we will give you $1 million to hold this picture up and say that you bought this. And what does that do? That only drives the price up arbitrarily. So yeah, I think it's dookie, but I've been wrong about things in my life before. So price high to low. Okay. These are literally just words. Dies from cringe. Yeah, obviously no one's buying these. I want to see what the highest is someone has bought something for recently. Can I see that? I want to see. I want to see sold items, but I want to sort these by. This is Crypto Tit Vag. What? Why? Cereal Club just sold for 0.1. What's that, like 300 something bucks, 400 bucks? I want to sort it by highest. Minimum $100,000. This isn't, whatever. I just want to see what was bought. I guess I can't do that. Anyway, all right. I think we're done talking about NFTs unless there are other topics you guys want to bring up. Let's talk about the Steam Deck. The handheld from Valve that was announced many moons ago, but has only started shipping pre-production units, or actually not pre-production units, actual production units, but only to influencers and people that they want to have them. But they claim that February 25th is when they will be sending out emails for people to actually buy them, because obviously everybody's only pre-ordered them now. No one has actually bought one. So February 25th, you can maybe buy it. And then depending on when you pre-ordered it, they will start shipping out February 28th. And luckily for me, I have a Q1 2022 order. So hopefully that means I am in the first wave and I will be getting mine shipped out February 28th, because obviously as a tech YouTuber, I want to make a video on it before YouTube completely gets saturated with Steam Deck content. I mean, there's already Steam Deck content out there already, so obviously I'm not going to post something and it go viral, because those have already gone or come and gone. But I would like to get some content out there before literally everybody and their grandma has stuff posted. So fingers crossed. I pre-ordered it pretty quickly when it went on sale. I was refreshing for right when it went on pre-sale. I think I got it within under 10 minutes. So I'm hoping that's quick enough to land me in the first round of shipments. But yeah, I went for the top of the end model just because I remember them saying something that the top end model would ship first. And I think obviously it'd be more, be better to make a video on. So what do I get with it? I get faster storage. It's just because it has NVMe. Only the small one has eMMC storage, but you do get a SSD slot to increase your storage capabilities. And they did demonstrate that games do run perfectly fine on SD cards. So neat. I also get a premium anti-glare etched glass, which I did hear Linus did say on his review that the anti-glare is pretty awesome and does help a lot with playing outside. So neat. I get an exclusive carrying case, so I will look cool for all my friends. Exclusive Steam Community Profile bundle. Don't care about that. An exclusive virtual keyboard theme. Also don't care about that. So yeah, this was pre-ordered Friday, July 16th. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. We are 7 months in. Man, it was supposed to ship in November. I wish they would drop the price on the Valve Index. Is the Valve Index still $1,000? No, I didn't have an Index. I had a Vive. I sold that though. But if Facebook, or Meta, excuse me, wasn't so involved in Quest, then I think that one would be way more popular. But it's just such a huge turnoff considering that Facebook/Meta owns it. So yeah. But yeah, with the Steam Deck, I'm very curious to see how it actually runs all these games. And they've talked about they've tested and made so many X number of games compatible with it, because obviously it's running a flavor of Linux. So you have to modify some compatibility layer to have these games run, whether that's some type of emulation or natively. And I think they're shooting for the latter. I think they'd like to have a lot of games run natively. So I think they're working with a lot of developers to make sure that's the case. Because from what I've seen, the games that are compatible run extremely well on this. And a lot of that has to do with the hardware is pretty good. It does run AMD RDNA 2 graphics. So better than what you see in the APUs that you can currently buy right now. And this was kind of the, what's the word I'm looking for? The hype around it, the rumor that AMD's next APUs would be RDNA 2 based, or Zen 2 RDNA 2 based, instead of what they have now, the Vega graphics, which are dated and haven't been used in desktops since the RX 500 series days. So they are about due to upgrade those APUs to a better architecture. So I think this is the first we'll see here, and people are kind of underestimating that because the amount of work Valve and AMD are putting into making games compatible for the Steam Deck, I think is going to carry over into AMD's next line of APUs, which should be RDNA 2 based, meaning that if games are running really well on the Steam Deck, then they'll probably run really well on AMD's next line of RDNA 2 APUs, especially on Linux. So I don't know. I'm hoping that's the case because that would be cool. Sudo steam expedite my order. I wish that was a command that I could run. I pre-ordered mine in July 22nd. It says your expected order availability after Q2 2022. July 22nd. When did I say I ordered mine? 16th? Yeah, it's like 6 days later. By that time, everybody and their mom has pre-ordered them. But I think once pre-orders start coming out and they start, sending the collector, the money collector to your door to get the payments, obviously everybody who pre-ordered one isn't going to buy one. So I think those shipment estimations will be sooner rather than later. But hey, I have no idea. I don't know what their production looks like. I don't know how many people pre-ordered them. I don't know how many people intend on actually buying them. So your guess is just as good as mine, honestly. Who else has gone to Elgato's Stream Deck website while searching for Stream Deck? Stream Deck while searching for a Steam Deck. I remember, I'm pretty sure the same day these two products were announced, or maybe within like a couple days, because Elgato announced a new Stream Deck and then Valve came out with a Steam Deck, and it was like such a huge cluster on social media, like people trying to understand, wait, what? Elgato released a portable gaming console? Like, wait, what? Ditto. I was trying to look at because I vaguely remember something that came out 6 years ago from Steam. Yeah, this is, and apparently there's going to be a dock too, which that'll be convenient. It'll be Switch. It'll be like a Switch almost. You can play your actual AAA games on the go. You get home, you literally just throw it in your dock and pick up your Xbox controller and you can play it on your big screen. I think that is a huge benefit. Not that you can't do that with other handhelds right now. Like this isn't the first handheld that can play AAA titles. As you've seen, there's the Aya Neo, there's the game, what's the name of the other one? There's two like major popular handhelds out right now, but they're A, way more expensive, and B, don't have the backing of a major company like Valve in terms of compatibility and stuff like this. Obviously, you can get a deck. You can probably get a Thunderbolt dock to do that yourself, but I assume it's going to be a much cleaner and better interface with Valve. So yeah, that'll be cool. It'll be just like my GPI case where I'm playing it. I'm playing some Pokemon or some Mario Party. And then I go up to my computer, my loft or wherever, living room, dock it, and obviously it has ports for charging, USB and HDMI out. So same concept, except with much lower power hardware. Gabe Newell needs to get to work on Half-Life 3. Yeah, good luck with that. You got Half-Life Alex, which should be enough for the next, what, 20 years while they make the other one. Tim D, I feel like the Steam Deck could be a great HTPC as well. Take it with you. Take it with you to travel. All that fun stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about how, so it ships with their proprietary version of Linux. And I don't know what it's based off of, like if it's their own proprietary version or if it's like Debian or something. I assume it's some mixture of something they came up with, but I'm assuming people will figure out how to run other applications on it. And shit, maybe you'll see me post a video. I turned my Steam Deck into a home server. I'm sure that would get views, but I don't know how useful that is. But in terms of traveling and it being, yeah, like a travel PC, yeah, 100%, assuming they've made it open enough to where you can actually install and use it as a regular computer by installing, native applications that people need for a desktop experience, because that would be cool. To throw it in your bag and have it be your gaming machine as well as a work computer. If you have a little portable monitor, throw in a keyboard and mouse, and you have a full-fledged, pretty decently powered computer to travel with, which would be, a really cool use case. There's no reason why it shouldn't. It brings me back to when I was younger. I must have been in high school. I had some money from either working or for Christmas. I saved up a bunch of money and I bought the stupidest computer. It was so freaking cool at the time, but God, it was stupid to buy. It was this handheld, I believe Sony made it. It was a handheld computer with a big old screen that like slid up and had a keyboard. I'm pretty sure Sony made it. Sony handheld computer. This had to be from like 2006 or something. Is this it? This is it. I bought one of these. Yep. It was a Vaio? I didn't know that's what it was. I think it'll be rooted in 2 Yeah, for sure. Somebody will figure it out. Someone smarter than me. So yeah, I had this. Can you guys even hear this video? I don't know if...
Little did I know, even at the time, that device already existed.
So yeah, I had one of these. Oh wait, no.
And basically shook up the entire tech industry. The station in doubt, the OQO Model 1, for more precise.
Yeah, my dumbass bought one of these because it was the coolest shit I have ever seen.
Really well to be held in
and I bought one off eBay, and I got it, and it was so freaking cool for like a week. And then I was like, why the hell do I have this thing? It is so slow. It is so pointless. I should have just bought a laptop.
From other thumb keyboards of the time,
but man,
cell phones like the
it was freaking cool at the time.
The BlackBerry would allow the press of one button to change the entire mode of the keyboard. The Vaio needs special keys to be pressed.
Hey, look, it's me. Yeah, I think they said it's based on Arch. That's cool. I can tell everybody I run Arch. Unironically, once I get it in. But yeah, I've been like monitoring my freaking emails, like, please send me the order form. I will want to buy it. I'm ready for this thing to get shipped to me. Dude, this is so annoying. So I got an email from Amazon. Hi, Brett. Happy Wednesday. Glad you made it to the middle of the week. I want to thank you for reading. Our team at AWS is looking to hire more software engineers and senior software engineers. Like, I applied at Amazon. I had an interview, an on-site interview, like 6 to 8 months ago. Maybe, yeah, about that. And I went through a whole interview process and didn't get selected. And they're like, oh, well, you can try to reapply again in 2 years. It's like, Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. And then since then, they've like emailed me a couple times like, hey, we have positions open if you want to apply. And I emailed the person back like, yeah, I already interviewed like a couple of months ago and you guys didn't select me and then told me I had to wait 2 years. Why are you emailing me about another interview? And they're like, oh, sorry. Didn't see that. Our bad. Like, oh, thanks. So now I guess I'm getting another one. Like, why? Why are you? No, leave me alone. I'm not sure you need root, as it will likely be fully open. Yeah, they did seem to say or seem to indicate that it would function if you want to get out of the Steam OS environment, that you would be able to utilize it as a desktop and you run regular Linux. It seemed that they were hinting at that. I can't remember seeing any actual footage of it or demonstrations of it, but that's obvious as the embargo is still kind of on. Nobody is allowed to show the full potential of it yet until the embargo gets lifted, which should be relatively soon considering they're supposed to ship it in 12 days. So yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, I'm kind of ready to get my hands on it for sure. But I mean, yeah, one thing that stood out is that the pricing on this is it's weird because on one hand you can say the price is very competitive and very reasonable when you compare it to these other handheld computers that start at over $1,000. But then you have the other group of people who are saying you can just go buy a Switch for like 200 bucks, 250 bucks. And, this being 400, double that. And then if you want the high end model, it's 650, so nearly triple the cost of a Switch. So it depends on your use case. You can run comparisons all you want, and I would say it compares more to like the Aya Neo than it does to a Nintendo Switch. But if your use case is only to use it for gaming and you like Nintendo games, then get a freaking Switch. Like you don't have to buy this. And if you want something with an Intel processor that is handheld and smaller, and get an Aya Neo if you want to spend a lot more money. But I think this is in a good spot comparatively, where it falls in between them in both price and functionality. So, dude, why do these people keep? Dude, I got like 15 people in my stream. Why am I getting freaking spam people in my chat? I need to promote more moderators. But yeah, what else? What else? Steam Deck. Anything? Let's browse Twitter. Let's see what's going on in the Twitter world. Anything interesting? Oh yeah, this guy blocked me. Tech Deals blocked me. I hadn't said anything to him in like weeks. And I noticed none of his stuff was showing up on my feed. And I went and checked and I saw he blocked me. So, whoops. All I did was disagree with his statement that the i7 the i7 12700K is the lowest end processor you should buy. I said the 12600K is a perfectly reasonable processor to buy, and even down to the 12th gen i3 models are still solid performers. And he did not like that, so I've been blocked. Oh well, I've watched like maybe 3 minutes of his content ever in my entire life, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see, anything fun here? This will probably be a shorter stream, considering I'm running out of stuff, unless you guys have some topics you guys want to see me talk about or want to hear my opinion on. I try to catch them. But I was forced on replacing my screen protector. LOL. Wait, what are we talking about? What did I miss? Ow, Jesus. Shit. That hurt. Anything else exciting going on in the world? I can maybe demo my, let's see. I can maybe demo this real quick. I don't know which one's plugged in. Oh, okay, let's see. Crap. I think it was 31. Wait, what is this? Okay. Do 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 do. I gotta remember where I put all these projects. This font is not help, or this color scheme is not helping. Home. Probably somewhere in here. I'll show you the crap I've been working on. I think it's in documents. Projects. RGB maybe? Oh no, it's in projects. Do. So this is shit I'm working on, like RGB stuff with the Raspberry Pi. It's not super exciting, but what's your thought on EVs? I think EVs are great. I don't understand the hate people give to them. Like I asked, like my dad is so oddly against electric vehicles. It's weird. And he's, you know, a older white dude, conservative, hates technology type, lives up in Colorado, small town, stereotypical, just imagine that. And anytime I bring up like EVs or like, hey, did you see the new electric Silverado they're coming up with? That's pretty freaking cool. And the new F-150 Lightning, he's like, nah, blah, I guess dumb. I'm like, electric cars are such a weird thing to hate. Like Like, what do you have? Some like weird love affair with gasoline? It's so strange. Like, there's positives and negatives behind it, but the positives and the way it's trending heavily outweigh the negatives. So it's just so strange to like hate um EVs. But I heard the Hummer was less efficient than people were hoping, which duh, it's a ginormous freaking piece of metal. So I don't think it got that good of reviews, but the way Tesla's heading, if Tesla could improve their quality control and some other things, I think they're obviously on trending upwards. Lots of manufacturers, especially companies that have been making cars for decades, getting into the electric game is awesome. So I'm all for it. By the time I'm ready for a new car, it might be an electric one. Okay, this is my fire algorithm thing that I made. So it should be like dancing a little bit. But you can adjust it to whatever panel. I have like a longer one over here. And I bought some LEDs where I'm gonna actually put them on a board, like a big board. So I have this one I play around with. And what else? I can change the color somehow. How did I do that before? I think it's directly in the... yeah, I can change it. Let's do a blue fire. Ooh, blue fire. Yeah. Yeah. Why does it look red on the screen? Am I tripping? Does it actually look... Oh, no. What is going on with my screen? It looks like red on my screen. But yeah. Then I have one where whatever music I play, it'll kind of do its like waveform type thing, real time with the music that's being played. It's pretty cool. EV Hummer sick, Jerry Riggs Hummer. I didn't watch Jerry Rig, his video on it, but I should. I've seen a couple of tweets on or articles about how it wasn't as efficient as some people would have liked, but yeah. Again, EVs in general, I'm a fan of. I don't own one yet, but man, that Ford F-150 Lightning, if I had to get one right now, it would probably be that one. That one looks freaking sick. So, what are your thoughts on? Oh, you're gonna. Yay or nay on the future of Meta? Do you mean Meta, the company like Facebook, or are you talking specifically like metaverse stuff? I made a large RGB LED wall, over 8,000 LEDs, panels from Adafruit, controlled by a Raspberry Pi and Zellers. Is that library on GitHub? Awesome. Yeah, I tweeted out that I was working on this and like jokingly said, yeah, just what the world needs, another Raspberry Pi RGB project. But I know it's nothing new at all, but I think it's cool doing it myself. Now, for the music one, I did use or hack up a little bit of Lightshow Pi. It's a open source Python based program that lets you do that, essentially is create waveforms to the music. So I've modified it a little bit to add more configurations and send the traffic over to another Pi wirelessly so that you can just plug it in one spot and just have multiple setups and they'll all be synced together, which will be pretty cool. I did do, what's the other one I had? Whoops. Art show, is that what I called it? Let's see. What did I miss? Platform not supported. Is this? No, that should be working. Please note an X server running a display environment variable is set correctly. Why? That shouldn't be a problem. I have to look into that. Wonder if it has something to do with not running an actual display. I don't know. Probably not. If resolutions else nothing. Bad display name. I don't know. But yeah, obviously it's not ready yet. What's the power consumption on that? It should be too much. I think I have it actually plugged in right now, so I can tell you the exact power consumption. When I'm running the Fire one, what did I call it? RGB. We are pulling 2.6 watts. So nothing crazy. Still waiting on the Steam Decks. Yeah, man. We just talked about it for a while. I have mine available, or not available, but I have it supposed to be shipping Q1, and they say February 28th is when they plan on shipping it out. So we will see. Oh, you were talking about the 8,000 LEDs. Yeah, that makes way more sense to know the power consumption on that. It maxes out the rails on 3 ATX PSUs, each running 1/3 of the wall if all RGBs are set to all white and brightest setting. Yeah, 8,000 LEDs is a good bit. So the ones I bought, I think, are 50 watts. It's going to be like 48 watts for the project I want to work on, which is 160 LEDs, I believe. Oh, why am I not in focus? Focus on me. Why is my face so out of focus? I wonder if this light is really throwing it off. Like, chill, this isn't a face. Is this really throwing my camera off? Hello? Is autofocus like not working? What the hell's going on? Okay, now it is. That was weird. Okay. Share that project. Yeah, I mean, all this stuff I'll definitely post once it's like ready to actually show. The only other one I did was like a stars one, which isn't that cool, but probably be cooler with like um, a bigger panel. So it basically just picks random lights and kind of fades them in and out like stars kind of sparkling. And you can change how long they sparkle for, how quickly you want it to do it and stuff. So, um, yeah, they're just fun to work with, these LED panels. But I gotta figure out what the hell's going on because I like that. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, wait. It's because... No? Should... Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something. I think it's 32. Yeah. Damn it. Let's see something here. I think maybe I was testing it out on this Pi and then sending it over the network. Let me see. I don't think so, though. Where the shit would it be? Wait, we don't even have a... Oh, here we do. Yeah, no, it's not in this one. Why the hell doesn't this work? It's annoying because this one was actually pretty fun. The platform is not supported. Failed to acquire X connection. Bad display name. Just reboot it. When in doubt, reboot. Yeah, really. No kidding. Remember when I said, I hope this stream, nothing should go wrong because I'm literally not doing anything? Joke's on me. Because something went wrong. That's so shocking. I thought... To back up. What the hell did I do? Failed to acquire X connection, bad display name. Please make sure that you have an X server running. And that, what? Something about running it over SSH it doesn't like. What if I do this? Do I have PNC viewer? Yeah. I don't think any of these are updated. So if I go, what if I run it from here? Now it's running. It's something to do with running it from SSH. That's so weird. Freaking YouTube freaking spammers. Get out of my chat. So what this does is it's not that, I feel like I hyped it up. It's not actually that cool, but it hosts a really simple web app. I think it's on 8080, maybe. And you can draw on the panel in real time. So you can pick a color. And it's upside down right now, but you get the gist of it. Whee! I feel like you can't really see it that good. And this wiring, I can't really move it. So I apologize, but yeah, it's not that exciting, but it was fun to make. So I guess that's all that matters. And then I can pick one like blue and then fill it. Woo! I can adjust the brightness. Ah, shit, it's bright. That is pulling 6.6 watts. Purple. Then we can draw things. I can turn them off. We can draw. Perfect. I'm an artist now. You need to, all right, guys, sign up to buy this NFT. It's the next big thing. I'm telling you. You've heard of what was the one we're looking at? You've heard of Bored Ape Yacht Club. You've heard of Crypto Dogs. You've heard of Cake. What was the one we were just looking at? You've heard of that one. But have you heard of Great Owl LED Club, Yacht Club? Send me money. But yeah, it's pretty responsive. Like, it's kind of fun to use. I had another one. It's like busted though. I gotta figure out what's wrong with the code. But yeah, like on this color, all the way maxed out. God, wait, why did it turn yellow? What the fuck? Oh God. What is happening? Oh my God, what did I do? All right, something's jacked up in the code. That's a bug. Anyway, God, my eyes freaking, I'm like seeing spots from staring at freaking LEDs. The music part of it's cool. I can't play music, obviously, but I mean, I can kind of demo it. So the way it works right now is that one Pi receives the signal for the audio and sends that wirelessly over Wi-Fi to the other Pi, which is connected to the actual LEDs. You could do it all on one, but I think it's more convenient to play your music somewhere and then have your light fixture somewhere else. So we can go in, which one is this? This is the receiver. So where are we at? Let's go into Light Show Pi and run something. Synchronized. Oh shit. Sudo Python 3 synchronized lights Pi. So that should start running and listen. It's listening for music right now. I see it working. Nothing. Is any music playing? Why is it doing stuff? Oh, it's my stream. Yeah. My stream was on. Okay, so if I play music, that's going. Then if I start the receiver, oh, it isn't. I was in the right spot. Do. It should start. Shit. This one too? Oh. I gotta figure out this issue. Why? All right. That's not right. I need to mess with the configuration file because I think it's still trying to use this one. Hold on, let me plug this one in and see if that's the case. brown on white. Maybe that was the case. Yeah. So I'm only doing like 8 right now. Stand up. Wish there was a better way to show this. So yeah, the music is playing right here behind me. And it is not monetized anyway, so can you hear this? You get it. So the idea of that is I'm probably going to do it with Raspberry Pi Zeros, and I will have a Raspberry Pi Zero with its own little like Bluetooth adapter where you can just Bluetooth music from your phone to your speakers. Um, and that will stream to another light source that you've built and will be running on another Raspberry Pi, and it'll communicate all the instructions to it, and there you go. TVJ, welcome. Hello, everyone. How is everyone? I just got done working a 12-hour day. Gross. Gross. Brandon Ballard says NFT stands for next fake thing. I pretty much agree with that. Or you're maxing out the PSU on, no, I shouldn't be maxing out. That should be a 50-watt power supply. It shouldn't take more than 50 watts. Apparently I just got a call for work. So let's see what's going down. Feel free to ask me questions. I just have to check something. Gotta hide it, don't want to get fired. So yeah, that's kind of the extent of my Raspberry Pi projects right now. Like I said, I have the Nano, the Jetson Nano that I'm gonna be working on for like lifting form, stats, you know, how far down you went on your squat, how long it took you to get back up, what was the speed of your lift, etc. So that's another project. For some reason, I'm deciding to take these on, but they should be fun. They should be fun. I don't see what error he's talking about. Oh, the ISO workflow. Whoops. Do you use a separate PC to stream with OBS? Yes. I have a PC sitting right here. I'm tapping it. DSS. I don't know what that means. It was a rough day, but I learned a lot. We were setting up for the NBA All-Star game. Oh yeah, that is coming up. Oh, so you're doing like actual setup? Where is the NBA All-Star game this year? That's legit. Um, hmm. What else? What else? What other topics do we have to discuss today? Anything interesting going on in the tech world that I need to be made aware of? Anything else? Anything else? What is going on in the world? What is going on in the tech world? Someone else on Discord mentioned that your audio quality was really good, and I agree. Maybe someday you can run through your EQ presets. Yeah, I can show you right now. So, I'll show you how I do the audio for my videos. Updating Creative Cloud, why? Jeez. What is this Newegg drama about? I work in TV, hence the name, and the game is in Cleveland. Gotcha. Newegg drama. Basically, Newegg has been selling refurbished items and kind of open box items, knowing that they are broken to people. And unfortunately for them, they sold an item to Steve from Gamers Nexus, and he caught them in the act and made a huge video basically calling them out and showing everyone how scummy their practices are. And Newegg wasn't really responding from what I could tell, and they've done this before. So Steve essentially said, hey, we bought plane tickets for my team to fly out to California to Newegg's headquarters, and we let them know they can either have a talk with us or not, but we're going to be open and we're going to try to figure out what's going on. Newegg responded with this public PR apology thing, saying that they've changed their structure for doing RMAs and stuff, and it was completely unintentional and blah, blah, blah. So that's the drama that's going on. A lot of people came out and said they've had similar issues with Newegg. I said that I've had nothing but positive experiences with them, but that's not a popular thing to say right now, because anytime I say that, I just get called like a shill, when it's like, dude, I can only tell you what my experiences have been. So that's the drama. So we'll see in the next few weeks. Gamers Nexus post a video about how his discussion with Newegg went, which I am very curious to see. So we can open one of my projects. Let's open my last project. Yeah, whatever. Offline all, yeah. So, let's see. Dude, Canada never got the shuffle, and Newegg has said they're testing it in the USA for now. Well, that's 2 years later, and I've seen people winning the shuffle. Yeah. I mean, I've been lucky enough to win the shuffle a couple of times, but I know it's extremely frustrating. And I know people are on different sides of the spectrum when it comes to that. Some people claiming, yeah, well, Newegg's the only one that's actually giving people a chance. Whether you think that's fair or not is up for discussion. And then there's people who are like, oh, you don't even have a chance. The odds are so small. So I can definitely understand the frustration when it comes to Newegg and the shuffle. So yeah, they are not saints by any means. Don't let my personal opinion and saying that I've only had positive experience with them distract from all the other people who have had negative experiences. But again, dude, why am I? Dude, those LEDs jack with my camera's autofocus. Like, what is going on? Focus. Yeah, that's so weird. All right, it should be in focus now. Not that you care, but it was bothering me. Um, yeah, so it's basically comes down to your opinion on what you think about the Newegg shuffle, but yeah, so this is what I run on my audio. Um, I bring it in to Premiere. I run an automatic click remover. That's just a default Adobe preset. I run a D reverb, which is just another standard preset. You can make some modifications to it. I don't have any, it's just a default one. Then I run a compressor, which makes the levels, it levels everything out a bit better. These are my settings for that. Basically saying, make sure stuff isn't too loud or too quiet. And then my EQ is here, and this is what I run. This is the shape that works for my voice. Everybody's is going to look different depending on what your voice is. But the way I did it was essentially working with these three main points. So you're at your like midtones, your bass, and your highs. Where you're at on your mids will kind of fluctuate in this area. But what I did was essentially took this and dragged it down and moved it along while listening to my voice. And you'll distinctly hear, depending on your voice. Actually, I brought it up. So I brought it up. And where you hear your voice get really harsh in your natural speaking voice, you'll know when you hear it as you're sliding this along. You'll know that's the spot, and then take that and bring it down in that exact spot. And that'll get rid of some of the harshness in the midtones, depending on your voice. My voice was kind of annoying in the midtones, so I brought some of it down. I increased the bass to give it a more naturally kind of soothing sound, and then some of the highs were lacking, so I brought that up. And again, that'll depend on your voice as well as the microphone. So it's it'll be custom. But yeah, that's my audio setup. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it. I shoot all my footage in log, which is kind of dumb, but I do it anyway. If I can get to it, I can show you. So usually it looks like this out of camera. And then you get to color grade it and do all the fancy stuff, and then it looks like that after. But none of this is really tech stuff, so can't imagine too many of you care about this. Maybe one day I'll make a video about how I do YouTube stuff and editing, but yeah, that's how I go about doing it. Apparently something's going on at work. But we are 2 hours in. Dude, what is going on with the autofocus? Why is it so jacked up? What happened? Okay, it's autofocusing. Like I don't understand. Like it keeps catching something and then moving away, but have you ever migrated a virtual box or Proxmox for that matter, virtual machine to metal? Might be a useful topic for video. So, okay, that is one stream I'm going to cover. LEDs may have burned I highly doubt that the LEDs weren't that bright. I can't imagine they actually burned the sensor. Maybe if I shined it directly at the sun for a while, but so yeah, so one thing I want to do, I tested on this machine, is I'm actually going to, not so much of a migration, but I'm upgrading my production Proxmox machine. I'm upgrading the host drive that it runs on. We are changing to, bro, if you don't, dude, it's getting caught on like this. It thinks the plant is more of a face than me. Okay, there, it's back. Something about that plant is like, okay, so I'm upgrading to this. It's like a dedicated NAS NVMe drive. I'm upgrading my production machine to that. So I think I'm going to do a video on that, and it's going to be a like, not unscripted, but like, here we go, I'm going to do this. And if I completely mess up somewhere, then that's still going to be in the video. But yeah, I think I'll do a video on that, which should be interesting. Would that be a face? Oh my God. I guess so, technically. But yeah, we are nearing the end. I might have to hop off for work, but I did want to I thought this was fun. I watched a YouTuber do this the other day. I know it's not new, but it was entertaining as hell. So I want to do a try not to laugh competition, not competition, but you know, those try not to laugh videos. It's essentially, it is what it sounds like. You have to watch the video and you can't laugh the entire time. I want to try that before I go. So this is pretty much going to end all the technical stuff. If you guys want to hang around and watch me try not to laugh at something, be my guest. But we're going to unwind and kind of chill and relax before I end the stream. So let's see if we can do this. I think only the right headphone works on this one, and I have to put it in my left ear because it doesn't reach. Okay. Y'all gotta let me know if you can hear it too. So let's click on one of here. Tell me what the volume is. I need you guys to tell me if it's too loud.
Is it the best CPU and GPU combo in 2022? But it's also your next CPU and GPU.
Can you guys hear this?
2022, because I completely made up that whole story, man. This is your next.
Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if it's too quiet or.
Send it up to you, my man.
Can you hear the audio from the
Before
video?
getting into all that giveaway stuff, today we have an extremely
Oh God. Like 2 out of 10. Does that mean like it's way too low? Okay, I turned it up. Audio's fine. Okay, Pranit Godavarty. I probably butchered that. Hi, welcome. We're wrapping up the stream here. We talked about some interesting tech stuff today. The VOD will be on the channel after. We're kind of winding down. I'm doing a try not to laugh challenge to wrap it up. So I feel like I'm just going to laugh instantly. Okay, here we go. Try not to laugh, but it's actually funny. 10 million views. Okay. Okay, here we go. Not gonna laugh. All right. All right, I'm ready.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Because I'm a vegetarian.
Pour me 1 cup of water.
Birthday to you.
How's it going,
Let me see that sign, brother. Nice. Are you homeless?
No.
Surprise, la seconde boulangerie du jour réserve-t-elle à notre
Let me know if you
jury?
can hear it. I've seen this video.
I was hiding under your porch because I love you. Can I stay?
No.
Man, I'm starving, dude.
Hey Julie, this is your Uber driver from tonight, Jeffrey. I just realized I forgot to give you a promo code. Use the code CUTIE for a free ride, but only valid if you use it on the way to dinner with.
Well, I see. What a magnificent pair of bananas.
Oh, great heavens!
To the 12 people always liking my post. Y'all want anything from the gas station?
I love you, dog!
7 in the morning.
Yeah, the last two haven't been fine.
It's 7 in the morning.
Be careful with my TV, though. Alright, I know you clumsy as for real.
Throwback to when my classmate ripped my Chuck E. Cheese permission slip.
I gotta get this shit started.
We take a bottle, becomes a glass. Where did it go? It's in my ass.
They're all incredible insects. Just watch what they can do.
This one's not that hard. Is that an egg?
More egg.
And his first pitch was not great. Just a bit outside.
Did you know that you are more likely to enjoy a TV show if it's based on something that you don't have?
Your name's again?
Dude, this one's easy.
Oh, you broke my ankles.
I'll take a double triple bossy deluxe on a raft, 4x4 animal style, extra shingles with a shimmy and a
You must got an iron stomach, dog.
Give it one more. We gotta switch, because this one's...
swim.
You're crazy, man. We're closed.
Did you know in The Dark Knight Rises, made in 2012, Tom Hardy, who plays Bane, had to pack on 30 pounds of muscle to... Oh, that was the wrong monitor.
That was pretty good.
Someone's got a knife to your throat. How do you handle this situation? You're gonna want to get as low as you can and immediately shit your pants.
Some of these are okay.
Proof that Xbox purposefully slows older consoles' software in order to get people to buy new consoles.
Never had a problem with my Xbox before.
Yes, the majority of these are not coming. All right, let's find a different one. There's no way that, see, I could look and see if it had a good like to dislike ratio, but $41 million views. All right, maybe I'm just not like, maybe I just don't like laughing.
It's rewind time.
All right.
I'm gonna prank my dad.
I've seen this. This is pretty funny. That was pretty good. That was pretty funny. If I hadn't seen it before, I would have laughed.
What do you got there?
Oh, snack.
What?
Yeah, what's that? That was creepy as hell.
From the Manatee County Fair, Linda Carson, ABC7, would you not eat my pants? Ah!
Right into your mind. Deja vu.
Oh shit. That sucks. Just gonna drop off. That's it.
What would you do if there was a child right in front of you?
Hey kids.
I forgot I wasn't supposed to laugh. Not fine. Nope.
You are unattractive in the face region. You are your father's offspring because he is ugly as well. Dab.
We had a lot of wind yesterday, but at least we didn't have a tornado. But it looks like there's a tornado out there right now. But don't worry, it's a good tornado. Are you ready, Larry? This is going to be delicious. This is a candy corn tornado. Yum, yum. Yeah, that was corny.
His father delivers meat, and that's amore.
Sure, let's have dinner in a restaurant's kitchen. Maybe we can have dessert in the restroom.
Right, Hank, you're not understanding.
The day you walked away, you were the clock that was ticking in my home. Changed my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
Your feelings changed like the weather.
I've seen that. That's pretty good. How is that funny?
To the dogs. That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
So it would seem.
Travis, I was curious, speaking about pants here, how do you keep your pants up when you're performing? It's incredible. Belt.
That was pretty funny.
I caught up with Chelsea and Michael, who were jogging by and were nice to
I've
just
seen
stop
this.
for a quick second. And I said, what are you
This
doing
is good.
running? And you're saying it was really good out?
It's the perfect texture for running. Very low impact on its dry snow, so your feet don't get wet.
All right, thanks. We've seen a lot of people out here, like you said, running, sledding, just enjoying it. One thing, oops, that can happen, unfortunately.
Magic. That was pretty good. Nice. This is some serious, yeah, not much serious stuff. Dude, there's no way people actually have a hard time not laughing at these. Like, there's no way.
I've noticed in watching some of the tapes on self-defense that a lot of guys like to show defense from awkward positions, say sitting in a chair, you know, having your back turned, whatever. So what I'd like to do is demonstrate a technique which I call defense against a guy in a chair. Excuse me.
Yes. Martial arts.
There's no way, like, I feel like what I need to do is, like, take requests of what people find actually funny. Like, a compilation of clips of YouTube videos. Shit post status compilation V16 is funny. It better be. Shit post status compilation V16. Is that an actual thing? This? Oh my gosh, so many. Wait. Which one? Which one? There's two. This one? Alright. Let's see how it rates compares to the other one.
Funny because people think they have the right.
Yo, your mom just texted you. What did she say? A chong ching ling ping pong pang ling ling. Very funny, Kyle. Let me see that. What?
Trying to make dab.
Let me hit that because you go first.
This my father, Tico. I come from my father. He's a mango man.
He's not a mango man, honey.
Don't fuck loud. I'm a mango.
You just poke a hole in it.
I love Pakistan. I will sacrifice my life for Pakistan. I love Pakistan.
I've got one of our big old male panther chameleons.
13, 14, 15, 16 hollow tips, they hit his face.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Hey, that's kind of sus. Get it? Sus? Like Among Us?
Sus? The joke? Guys, wait, come back!
Definitivamente que el visitante es la mejor chimba, el mejor transporte que hay aquí en California.
Todoroki, this is
What?
my mom. Mom, this is my Todoroki. No, wait, no. Hello, I'm his Todoroki.
What is this?
You were right.
The hell was that?
I'll always be a villain.
Free NBA Youngboy!
Yo, y'all want to watch One Piece?
Get out of here, bro! One Piece, bro!
Yo, how about this?
Do you have a favorite feature to use in here?
Yeah.
Something that you think is very cool?
Check this out.
Wow.
So that's pretty neat.
Man, delete that shit, bro. Delete it.
Literally, he is lit right now. Yo, anybody up for a game of Jenga?
It's so sad Steve Jobs died of ligma.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Ligma balls.
Please stop him. You're his friends. Why?
Okay, I'll pull up. How about at the after party?
What?
Oh! Such a dumbass.
So, just made another one. Walked in, Billy Joy crawling, Gucci sweatsuit. Yeah, they thought I was jogging. I'm just getting fat, is he back, is he real?
Ooh, don't you do it. No, dude.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
So far this one's better. Still not too difficult.
No, I want to go! No! Super Idol 的笑容都没你的甜，8月初的阳光都没你耀眼，热爱105度的。
I feel like half of these I don't understand.
This is my kingdom come. When you feel my heat, look into my eyes. It's where my demons. Womp womp womp. Womp womp womp.
Attends, voir. Ah oui, c'est pas libre, je te l'ai donné. Non, mais c'est Minecraft qu'il voulait. C'est Minecraft. Mais... Il m'a dit Minecraft. Mais non, papa, c'est Minecraft. Mais où t'as trouvé ça? C'est pas possible.
Quit playing with me, man.
That's pretty
No,
good.
for real, don't play like that. Are you serious?
Hey, but Beef just got the new car horn. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Look at this. Yo, play some shit. Hey, yo, honk that horn one more time.
My heart bleeds black blood for you, and it's like a lock that will never be unchained.
You have to go to the doctors.
I'm in love with the coco.
What?
I'm in love with the coco.
Hey man, you already know who it is. Your boy Lil B. Hey man, it's that Hoop Life mixtape. This that pretty boy music. If you on the streets, man, you in the gutter, man, you got bitches, slap this. You feel me? Fucking your hoe.
que no te devolviste. Le dije adiós, líbrame del mal.
What?
Why are these gas prices so high, Wawa? Why?
Oh my lordy lord. Is that a
Banana.
Can I please have a piece, please? Oh my god, mama, Curious George.
Bro
What
got
is
drip on
that?
Spirit Day.
What is going on? I feel like I watched one guy. So this is the one I watched that was funny as
It's
shit.
COVID-19, sir.
I'm outside.
It's fucking
So
COVID-19.
why don't you go inside where you're safe? And you don't have to worry about me and my Slurpee car. My
This is one of the guys I watch. That's not tech related. I don't remember which one it was.
Yo, Connor, wake up. Connor, why aren't you sleeping, buddy?
Like the videos that people
hi.
requested
Didn't
him
see
were
you
so
there.
freaking funny.
Media
I feel
share,
like.
right?
Little roasted vegetables never hurt anybody.
Okay,
I feel like also watching somebody
am I allowed to laugh? I don't know why I
is
want to laugh.
more
I just want
funny
to laugh
than
so badly now that I said that I
the
can't.
actual video.
If you mix red paint and green paint, what do you get?
More paint.
I was so close. I was so close. All right, this clip looks familiar.
Are you the new girl? Well, I thought so. I've never seen you before. Konnichiwa, I'm David Kun. It's so nice to...
Oh, that's painful.
Okay, lick this for me. Thank you. And lick this for me. Doctor, I've done this 200 times. What's the...
All right, okay, that was okay. I want a bird so bad.
You haven't seen the last of me, Geostars. You'll never take down my boyfriend, or my son, or...
Shut up. That was nice. Oh, there we go.
I didn't get this one.
Why? What movie is this from? I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
That was pretty good.
I feel bad for that guy, you know? Some of these I recognize, some of these like, yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't count.
Oh no, it's Speed Racer, okay.
He's going over that cliff.
I was so close. I was so close to breaking. I love this clip. I love this. This is my favorite clip on YouTube.
Are you YouTuber? I am.
He is, guys. He's a YouTuber.
Some of these were good, but man, those were not as hard as I thought they were going to be. Like in the initial video, like people legit, I feel like it's almost funnier when you're doing it like with somebody else, but I don't know. Those first two videos, just nothing really got me. Maybe I'm just a soulless heathen person, but yeah, premium. I have YouTube Premium. I hate ads, so I'm shelling out cash money. But yeah, that is it. It has been 3 hours. It is past my 3-hour stream curfew. obviously I've been winding down doing absolutely nothing for these last like 15 minutes, so it's pretty much been over. But anybody who's still around, I appreciate you stopping by. Next stream will probably have a more consistent theme to it. I'll probably have some type of project that I'm working on. But if you missed any of the stream, if you're still hanging out, and we did actually talk about tech stuff early in the stream for a couple of hours, so the VOD will be on YouTube. But that is it. If you want to join the Discord, link is down in the description. If you want to support the channel through Patreon or become a YouTube member, feel free to do so. That is in the description below, as well as my affiliate links. If you want to check out anything, these affiliate links that I post in my videos and my streams really help me out. So if I post something, and if you're looking for certain deals or anything, feel free to use my affiliate links. I do get some money out of it. It doesn't cost you guys anything, and it helps me out for getting sponsorships or anything in the future. So that is it. I know we wrapped it up in a weird way today, but I appreciate you stopping by. And that is it. If you have any ideas for what you want to see out of my next stream, feel free to hit me up in the Discord or in the YouTube comments or wherever. But that is it. I'm going to eat food because I'm hungry and figure out what is going on at work, because I think something is broken and I'm on call. So that is it. Peace.